Morning. Thousands of people in Belgrade have defied a ban on large gatherings to stage a third evening of protests outside the Serbian parliament. After 2 nights of violence, Thursday's demonstration against new coronavirus lockdown measures was mostly peaceful. Many protesters sat on the ground, holding signs reading "Don't be set up," referring to widespread claims that the violence of the previous 2 days was staged by groups close to the government. Serbia's President Aleksandar Vučić, meanwhile, will be joining Kosovo's Prime Minister Abdullah Hoti for an EU-hosted virtual summit aimed at restarting stalled peace negotiations. Serbia considers Kosovo part of its territory, while Kosovo considers itself an independent state. Well, let's go straight over to Belgrade, where we can speak to our reporter Bojan Brkić. Bojan, good morning to you. First of all, on the protests, the government wanted to bring in this localized lockdown in Belgrade over fears of this second spike of COVID-19 infections. The protesters were angry because they believed that they were being blamed for it. With this latest climb down from the government about the curfew, will the protests now continue?
It is not certain that the protests are going to stop because now the new measures do not include any shutdowns, lockdowns or curfews, but only measures that relate to social distancing, like shorter working hours for all closed spaces, like shops, restaurants, shopping malls, and a ban on gathering of people. Maybe the demonstrations will go on because the people who gathered in front of the parliament did not only protest the anti-COVID measures. Some of them were here because they were unhappy with other policies of the government. There were many different groups. Also, the opposition, part of which boycotted the recent elections, will certainly want to use this opportunity and gain momentum and keep the demonstrations running, although the demonstrators did not accept them as leaders in the previous 3 nights. So over other political issues, the demonstrations could continue. The president of Serbia said that they may continue for another 100 years, as he put it, but he warns that this may spread the virus further.
Meanwhile, peace talks are due to take place today in Paris between Serbia and Kosovo. There's a lot at stake for both countries, or both sides, but also there's a lot of resistance. What is the most likely outcome that we're going to see from this latest round of negotiations?
Most experts here do not expect much. The biggest gain or breakthrough could be if the talks, which were interrupted by the tariffs that the Kosovo government imposed on Serbian goods months ago, are now continued. If there is a deal to go on with the negotiations, that will be the breakthrough. No major decisions will probably be made, and the Serbian president says that he doesn't believe in quick solutions and that he wants to talk but about many issues before there is some kind of a comprehensive deal.
Bojan Brkić joining us there.